Home and away. A heartbreaking week for Mackenzie and Levi as their pregnancy ends in tragedy. Home and Away is gearing up to deliver one of its most emotional weeks yet, as Mackenzie Booth and Levi Fowler face a devastating turn in their pregnancy journey. What began as a time of excitement and hope for the couple will transform into a heartbreaking ordeal, unfolding against the backdrop of one of the Bay's most highly anticipated weddings. A sudden shift in Mackenzie and Levi's joy. Viewers have seen Mackenzie and Levi grow closer over recent months, navigating challenges and cementing their bond. Their pregnancy news had brought a renewed sense of happiness into their lives, especially for Mackenzie, who had long wished for this kind of future. The couple had begun making quiet plans, allowing themselves to imagine what their next chapter could look like. However, next week's episodes will take a dramatic turn. Mackenzie suddenly experiences troubling abdominal pain and later discovers she is bleeding. Fear and panic set in instantly, and Levi acts quickly, rushing her to the hospital. It is here that their worst fears are confirmed. Doctors inform them that they have lost the baby. The tragic news hits both of them like a tidal wave. Their joy, hopes, and dreams come crashing down in a moment they were never prepared for. Mackenzie, overwhelmed and heartbroken, withdraws into herself, while Levi struggles to stay strong for her even as his own world feels shattered. A wedding filled with grief behind the scenes. Adding to the emotional complexity is the timing of the tragedy. It occurs just as Eden and Cash's wedding is about to take place. The entire Bay is preparing for the celebrations, yet for Mackenzie and Levi, there is nothing to celebrate. Mackenzie makes a firm decision not to attend the wedding. She tells Levi he should still go, insisting he needs to be there for his sister. Her voice may be steady, but it's clear she is breaking inside. Levi is torn in two directions. His love for Mackenzie is pulling him home, while family obligations tug him toward the ceremony. After a painful internal struggle, Levi ultimately agrees to go, but only because Mackenzie insists. He leaves reluctantly, his heart heavy with guilt. Molly Hudson stays behind to support Mackenzie, assuring Levi that she won't be alone during this difficult time. This gives Levi a small measure of comfort as he heads to the ceremony. Levi struggles to keep it together. At the wedding, Levi's emotional turmoil is impossible to hide. While the other guests are swept up in joy, Levi is barely holding himself together. He steps out repeatedly to check on Mackenzie, texting and calling Molly for updates. Each message seems to weigh on him more as he imagines what Mackenzie is going through alone with her grief. Meanwhile, Mackenzie is also drowning in sadness. At home, she looks at the pregnancy journal she had been keeping, once filled with excitement, ideas, and dreams. The pages now feel painfully empty, symbolizing everything she has lost. Overwhelmed, Mackenzie begins tearing the pages out in frustration and heartbreak. Molly quietly intervenes, trying to comfort her and reassure her that she is not alone. Back at the wedding venue, Levi's emotional state becomes too difficult to hide. Jimmy notices his distress and pulls him aside. When Levi finally confides in him about the miscarriage, Jimmy is shaken and urges him to leave the wedding immediately. He reminds Levi that this isn't something either of them should face alone and encourages him to go home to Mackenzie. Tane's romantic impulse amid the celebration. While Mackenzie and Levi endure one of the darkest days of their lives, another story unfolds at the wedding. Tane Parada, caught up in the emotion and romance of the ceremony, finds himself reflecting deeply on his relationship with Joe Langham. Their recent breakup has left him unsettled, and seeing the love between Eden and Cash sparks something inside him. Overcome with longing, Tane makes a spontaneous and heartfelt decision. He calls Joe and leaves an emotional voicemail. In the message, he tells her how much he misses her and how he regrets the distance that has grown between them. The moment is raw and vulnerable, marking one of the boldest steps Tane has taken since their split. Now the question remains, will Joe return his feelings and reconsider their future together? Or will she believe it is better for them to remain apart? A week full of emotion, loss, and unexpected hope. The upcoming episodes of Home and Away promise to be some of the most emotionally charged of the season. Mackenzie and Levi's heartbreaking loss will no doubt resonate with viewers, as the show handles their storyline with sensitivity and depth. Their journey through grief, and how they lean on one another in the aftermath, will shape their relationship in profound ways. At the same time, the joyous wedding of Eden and Cash brings its own share of surprises, serving as a vibrant contrast to the emotional turmoil quietly unraveling in the background. With Tane's heartfelt voicemail adding another emotional layer to the week's events, fans can expect a powerful blend of heartbreak, romance, and personal reflection. As the dust settles, viewers will be left wondering how Mackenzie and Levi move forward from such a painful loss, and whether Tane's confession will lead to healing or further heartbreak.